Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Your host, Lorenzo Primerano.
Philadelphia Sports News. Live and live cameras.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lorenzo Primerano Show. It's been a very exciting day and exciting week. Especially because, which I will get into, Messi has won the World Cup, and the Eagles have won to extend their record to 13-1. But before I head on to the Eagles game, I want to discuss this World Cup because Messi has been my all-time favorite player. I've been watching him. When I first start watching him, I want to say like 2016, 2017. I want to say 2017. Favorite player of all time, and he needed, this one World Cup trophy to complete his career, and he was able to do that. But it was not a smooth sailing ride for him, man. They lost the first game to Saudi Arabia, I think it was, in the qualifying round, and then the actual game itself, I'm watching it. Messi scores his penalty kick, then amazing pass by him to go up 2-0, and then it was halftime. I'm like, man, they're gonna win this game. And then shortly after, Mbappe goes and gets a penalty kick as well from inside the box. And then he would just go on to score with, it's like a minute. He had 2 goals. And I was like, oh my God. Like, this really just happened. So, blood was rushing. Sweat was coming down during that, and oh man, and then it went into overtime, and Messi scored, and then Mbappe scored, and then it was 3-3. We went in the shootouts, and thankfully Argentina was able to come away. Argentina did not look like they wanted to win at all, but they were able to escape. Very, very exciting to see Messi complete his career. That's the one thing he needed, and he was able to do it because this was his last World Cup. Mbappe, he, very genuine soccer player. He's going to be one of the greatest in the new era. You guys got to feel bad for him. He, of course, won the Golden Boot with the hat trick he had in today's game. But yeah, pretty cool experience to witness that. Messi winning the World Cup. All right, now what most of you are here for is the Eagles. Look, the game today was very, very sloppy. It was not a good game at all. I mean, it was just ugly the entire time, and we did not seem like ourselves. Hurts threw 2 interceptions, which I am like bizarre about. But here's what I want to do. I want to recap what happened, because in the beginning of the game, the Eagles offense was struggling. I mean, completely struggling. And we just could not get any tempo going. We actually wound up scoring first with a field goal by Elliott, go up 3-0, and then Chicago would then just go drive down the field and score another touchdown, and then Carlos Santos would then miss the extra point, so then it's 6-3. It was very ugly, and Jalen Hurts able to get a rushing touchdown, to finish the half. But yeah, it was very ugly first half, and then it was very ugly second half too. We were up 17-6, and then 17-13, and then we went up 25-20. I don't know. It was an ugly game, and when Chicago scored that touchdown, why? I mean, when I say wide open, the man was wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. I don't understand how they blew so much coverage. But, oh man, it was a very stressful game for the Eagles to finish. But they were able to get a win. A win's a win. Horrible game, though. But A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith both racked up 100-plus yards. They went berserk. Like, Devontae Smith was just catching every ball thrown to him deep. And then A.J. Brown wasn't catching balls, but he was getting the receptions he needed. And he was like 3 yards away from giving me 6 fantasy points. And it was not good. It was not good. Right now I'm losing. Currently it's 6:30 where I am recording this podcast. And you got Josh Jacobs, Denver's tight end, and Cincinnati's defense, and I'm down like 2 or 3. We got to roll here on fantasy, but you know, the Eagles, they need one more game. One more game, they clinched that number 1 seed. It will not matter if they would lose out. Minnesota would just wind up. We would wind up having the tiebreaker with Minnesota anyway if Minnesota were to win out. And then Dallas, you know, we can beat Dallas this week. Dallas lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars today. What a game. What a game that was to watch. Dak Prescott, the idiot quarterback he is. Oh, my God. I hate Dallas so much. I'm so glad they lost that game. Pick 6 to end the game. Unbelievable. And the 13-1 Eagles, that ties a franchise record for the most wins the Eagles have had in the organization. Unbelievable. The season has been a roller coaster. Now, you probably are thinking, like, no, it hasn't. We're 13-1. No, it's been a roller coaster. The Chicago game's been a roller coaster. Washington game's been a roller coaster. And all the other games have been a roller coaster. And don't matter what the score was. But, you know, we are getting down to the wire in the NFL. And I cannot believe I'm saying that already. As, you know, we're 15 weeks in. It's unbelievable what we are experiencing this season in the NFL. And guess what? The Detroit Lions are in the playoff hunt. Who would ever thought that would be, whoever thought they would be in the hunt. But it's the Commanders and Giants tonight. We'll see what happens with them. Oh, man. Dallas is on Christmas Eve. Podcast should be out Christmas Day, which is a week from today. I can't believe it's already Christmas, almost the end of the year. So make sure to stay tuned for the podcast next week. It's going to be breaking down everything from that game. It's all going to be about that Eagles game. You don't want to miss it. And right now, we are approaching the 1-year mark from when I first started the podcast. Somewhere in January. I'm going to have to look at the date. But yeah, it's almost been a year. Sadly, there isn't 56 episodes. There's not going to be 52 episodes because we've missed a couple. But we had a good streak going there in the beginning. But, we had to go off when I went on vacation and everything. But this has been the Ronaldo Pomerano Show. Very short podcast this week. Wasn't very much to cover. But the Eagles are 13-1. And at one more win, they are looking good. This has been the Ronaldo Pomerano Show. I'm not using Twitter anymore. Go follow my Instagram at Lorenzo_Pomerano_show. I've been posting a lot there recently. And we will see you all next week.